Cedars has been open since 2004, established by my parents, and I took over shortly after in about 2005. My mother's a chef. I grew up around food. I didn't always start my career in culinary the typical way. I have a degree in history and political science. So coming from a large family that loved food, just helping people was like my main objective in life. Once I graduated from school and I came back to my hometown, I came in with my mom, and then she's just like, okay, you need to kind of go out and just see what the rest of the world has kind of got. And so I got to travel and meet other chefs, see different kitchens, learn about ingredients, and here I am today. Knowledge is power, but lack of knowledge is just greed. When someone has something that should be given freely and chooses not to, that just shows, honestly, like a greedy but also a selfish nature, and lack of self-confidence. Because if you feel like you're good at what you do, you want to share it with the world. And teaching someone else does not diminish my talent.
What sets her apart from other chefs is definitely her focus on sustainability and working with local produce. Being a scratch kitchen, not only is that important, but just that value that she holds onto every day in and out in the kitchen. It's definitely been great to learn. Knowing what's in season, what should you use, what will taste better, and getting down to the whole ingredient itself, like flour. Okay, what are the different flours? How do they work well? What cake flour versus AP flour? How can you create your own seasoning? We will sometimes dehydrate our waste, like parsley. We'll cut parsley, the stems, we'll dehydrate it, use that into a seasoning. So really just kind of being close to zero waste as we can while also maintaining sustainability in the kitchen has been great.
Inspiring someone else to find their voice and their style doesn't diminish my talent. And if I can show that to someone else and I can inspire someone else and teach them a technique, we can push food forward. I think a lot of the fantasy of like, oh, this is extremely hard and this and that comes with the legacy of toxic environments. It comes with the legacy of women can't do it, or minorities can't do it, or we don't have the intellect for some reason. And when you break it down, like doing a simple custard, it's like, oh, it's just this. Even plating, it's not about hard techniques and things of that nature. It's just breaking it down to little techniques that when brought together make an elegant plate that you wouldn't have thought of. We're not curing cancer, we're creating a meal. The biggest chefs in the world still burn things. We still have lapse in judgment. We try things and they fail. They just don't make it out of the kitchen for other people to see.
In 5 to 10 years, I want to have my own restaurant. For sure by the 10-year mark, but let's say by the 5, I'm traveling, learning, presenting new menus and dishes and collaborating with other chefs. And by the 10-year mark, for sure, I want to have my own place and have a solid location where you can find me and my food.
You know, it's hard to say, especially post-pandemic, where anyone's going to be, where our industry is going to be. I would hope to kind of create a food hall scene, help parlay that into more chef-owned, chef-driven restaurants. Restaurant group is totally not out of the question, to kind of inspire people like Gina to have their own voice with the same kind of business model as Cedars. Small, concise, fresh, sourced, and we all kind of work as a conglomerate to help keep costs down, advocate for farmers, advocate for cattlemen, advocate for seasonality, advocate for sustainable footprint.